Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 15 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. It is a brand new week, so we are featuring a brand new team with Charizard-X and Clefairy, two of the newer members to this team. Returning is Mega Venusaur, Aegislash-Terrakion, and Thundurus T, which made a brief appearance on this series. So it's really exciting because I'll be using Charizard-X, which is a Mega Evolution I'm really interested in, pairing it off with one of my favorite Megas in Venusaur, and Clefairy, which has picked up a lot of popularity, especially in the Northeast here recently, as it's won a lot of our premier challenges. So I'm excited to be testing out this team, and it should be really fun. Had a couple of practice games before this episode, so we're just going to jump into it. Games didn't go too well, so currently we're sitting at a rating of just below 1800, so we'll see if we can pick up a win or two here as we really get to learn this team. And as always, if you enjoy Road to Rank, please share your support by leaving a like on the video. First opponent is Zone Extreme with a rating of 1754 from New York. And just to comment a bit about the team before we get into it, revolves around Charizard, but it's got the Sun Bluff with Charizard Venusaur, Clefairy for redirection, but it's also mainly there for its ability Friend Guard, which reduces the amount of damage your partner takes. So that can really help out with Charizard, Terrakion, Thundurus, typically more filler Pokemon. Terrakion's also running Swords Dance now over the filler move just because I wanted to try it out. Zone Extreme here has a team of Garchomp, Scizor, Aegislash, Talonflame, Manectric, and Salamence, so this looks like a VGC 2014 team in terms of Pokemon, nothing new really being used, but should be an interesting match. Let's see. So first question is, what Mega Evolution do we want to bring? And I think it makes a bit more sense to bring Charizard here, especially since my opponent doesn't know that it's Charizard-X. So I'm going to lead with Charizard, actually. I do like leading with it. I don't know, Charizard Clefairy is actually quite good here. And I'm leading towards that, yeah. Let's see. Scarf Thunder ET can really help out here with HP Ices, especially on that Garchomp and the Salamence. And I'm thinking I'm going to go with Aegislash for the last one. So I'm going to lock in, and we'll see how the game goes. This is our very first game with the team. It's got a bunch of different names that I haven't featured on Road to Rank before, and that's kind of what I like to do every time we use a new team. For example, we've also got the Dual Mega Evolution in Charizard and Venusaur, and Dual Mega Evolution is, something a lot of people ask about. For reference, it won all 3 European Nationals last year. I think it was Mawile and Manectric on Arbodeco's team, also known as Albert, who won one of the Nationals. Marcus Thatcher, Yoshi won one of the Nationals with Kangaskhan and Mawile, and then Florian Werdak actually won Italy Nationals with the exact Charizard-X Mega Venusaur combination. So, double Megas, definitely viable back in 2014. I think they're still good in 2015. I do like Charizard and Venusaur, but this time we'll be bringing Charizard-X and Clefairy against Garchomp and Scizor for my opponent. Pretty good lead match up for my opponent here, quite honestly. I mean, he's probably going to go for the Rock Slide and maybe a Bullet Punch. So I'm going to Mega Evolve. I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance. I mean, he's definitely going for Rock Slide. It's not going to do too much, though, especially with the Friend Guard. Want to get that Dragon Dance up. And I actually kind of want to switch out to Aegislash, but in doing so, I would take more damage. So I could also just Protect with Clefairy here. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance Protect. So the only thing that would be bad here is if he somehow flinches me with Rock Slide. And, that's kind of the issue with running this kind of team. There's that 30% chance immediately. And I think I might actually want to add Landorus T over Terrakion in future days for this week. Wow, he's going to go for the Feint, though. Onto Charizard. Okay, so probably going for the Feint Rock Slide combination. Yep. Which I'm fine with, as long as I don't flinch here. So I'm really hoping no flinch, because I can take that Rock Slide relatively. Yeah, look at how well Charizard takes it there. And it gets that Dragon Dance up, which is superb, 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 superb. So Charizard-X does a really good job against my opponent's entire team, so I'm very happy I was able to get that first Dragon Dance up. Let's see. Now I could just go for a Dragon Claw into Garchomp. Though I could also, there are a bunch of options here. The one I'm actually leaning towards is protecting with Charizard and switching out into Aegislash, though he might feint me again, which is not what I want to deal with. It's relatively rare you do that, but don't want to really risk it. Or I could just go for Dragon Claw into Garchomp, which is the safe play, and switch out Clefairy into Aegislash to get some more offense going. Conserving Clefairy here also means that I'll be able to, retain more HP with partner Pokemon. He's going to go, for the Bullet Punch onto Aegislash, so that's perfect, as Aegislash takes that with relative ease. Charizard going for the Dragon Claw here, of course, being able to outspeed Garchomp after that Dragon Dance. Oh wow, it's Focus Sashed. Ooh, that does make this a bit more problematic. Rough Skin's gonna come in here. He's probably gonna go for another Rock Slide. Oh, he's gonna Earthquake, so... Ooh, not good. As I walked into that one. That's gonna do a lot of damage to my own Aegislash, so... not too good of a turn there for me. Sash Garchomp, not exactly the most common set there, but my opponent was able to catch me off guard, and that is not good for me here. So I'll bring in Thundurus, but obviously that last turn did not play out nearly as well as I would have hoped it for it to play out. I mean, here I can just go for the HP Ice. He probably doesn't know I'm Scarfed, and I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball onto Scizor, and it's going to be a pretty simple turn here, but last turn not playing out well at all. I mean, it was a good move on my opponent's end to go for the Earthquake, knowing I had Charizard-X. By switching out the Clefairy, you know, I gave up that. And Flare Blitz on Scizor would have been a definite knockout, just because Scizor almost never carries Sash. He's going to actually go for the Protector, so I'm fine with that, as HPS will be able to pick up the KO on Garchomp. So, I do reveal my Scarf, but at least I knock out Garchomp, which has been quite the threat to my team. Right now, though, the biggest issue is knocking out Scizor, because I've got to switch out Clefairy, or I've got to try to land a Shadow Ball onto it. But, you know, I walked into the Protect there, so this is going to be a scary finish to the game. I did not expect to lose Charizard-X and take that much damage with Aegislash like that, so not too happy about that. But, let's see. And that's the difficult thing with using Charizard, especially with Flare Blitz. Like, you're doing a lot of damage to yourself, even after you get a Dragon Dance up. So, like, you know, you take so much recoil damage, as Talonflame's going to be my opponent's last one. Not exactly the best Pokemon to see there, either. So, let's see. I mean, the Aegislash going for King Shield is quite obvious here. The switch out is also kind of obvious, because he probably knows I'm Scarfed. I'm not going to go for the switch, though. I kind of really need to. You know what? I'm gonna go for the Shadow Ball into Scizor. I think if I want to win this one, I have to go for more aggressive plays here, and he doesn't obviously want to walk into a Flare Blitz, for example, into Aegislash. So, I would think he would want to go for maybe a Flare Blitz onto Thundurus, and I don't know what Scizor is really meant to do here. We've seen Feint, we've seen Bullet Punch, we've seen Protect. I'm curious as to what its last move is. Maybe a Bug-type move or a knockoff. The thing here is he doesn't want to. Yep, he does go for the Bullet Punch onto Clefairy, so I'm assuming he also Flare Blitz that slot. That's what I'm hoping for right now. Yep, he does Flare Blitz it. So I did anticipate that correctly. He's going to be able to knock out Clefairy most likely, but at least I get an attack off with the Aegislash, which is really, really important here. Though targeting Talonflame might have actually been the better play, and it is Life Orb Talonflame as well, so that's good to know. So I do get the Shadow Ball off. It should knock out Scizor with the Life Orb, as it does, yeah. So really close finish to the game at this rate. It's going to be a 2-on-2 as Aegislash does take that recoil damage from Life Orb. I'm going to bring in Thundurus back in. Let's see what my opponent's last one is. It's going to be Manectric, not the Pokemon I was hoping to see because it can redirect my attacks away. Well, it's going to be an interesting close to the game. Let's see. Yeah, if it were like either either Salamence or Aegislash, I'd feel better about this game, but not going to be either of those two. Let's see now. I mean, he definitely has Lightning Rod. I'm just wondering if it's Mega Manectric or not. Probably not. Unfortunately, that might mean I have to lock myself into HP Ice, and I really don't want to do that, but there's no other option, honestly. And the other question here is, does he anticipate my Aegislash King Shielding this turn and target my Thundurus? HP Ice, and does Aegislash King Shield here? I think he's going to Flare Blitz Thundurus and Thunderbolt Aegislash. So I'm going to King Shield. I'm going to go for it here. Oh, Talonflame protects though. So maybe he Thunderbolted the Aegislash? Oh, he double protected. That was actually a very smart play. Scout out for my King Shield here. I'm wondering what the Mega Evolution on my opponent's team was too. Probably Salamence. Manectric might be a Mega Evolution here, but he's not going to want to Mega Evolve. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to lock myself into HP Ice there, which is obviously not good. So I'm going to go for the HP Ice here. Now, the thing is, if he Flare Blitzes Aegislash, I'm going to be able to knock him out with the HP Ice, I think, after recoil. So I'm just going to go for the HP Ice and Shadow Ball into Manectric here. This is really intense. I'm still a bit upset about how the first couple of turns played out since Charizard-X was so vital to this game, and I just kind of let it go. And oh wow, it is Mega Manectric. Well done for my opponent there to not Mega Evolve that last turn, but revealing it now. So Intimidate's not going to matter here, but obviously I'm not happy about that because Thunderbolt can knock out Talonflame, whereas HP Ice can't. He's going for the Flare Blitz here. Let's see how much HP Ice does through the Talonflame. Oh, not nearly as much as I would have hoped. He goes for the Flare Blitz, but he's going to be targeting on that Thunderous. Okay, let's see how much damage this does. Doesn't knock me out, but gets the burn. Oh, the burn. So Talonflame knocks itself out here. So unless Thunderous targeted down the... or Manectric targeted down Thunderous here. Nope, he's going to go for Flamethrower, presumably onto Aegislash. Yeah, that's going to knock me out. And the burn is going to seal the deal, but I think my opponent had it anyway. So Aegislash is going to go down here, and unfortunately I'm going to faint till the burn next turn. So really close game there. I mean, I could have went for the double with Aegislash, which might have actually been a better play, but I mean, even if I got it there with the burn, there was no way I could have won. I mean, it's a really good job of him. Like, it was not worth going for the Thunderbolt. The main issue here in the beginning was Aegislash walked into an Earthquake. Charizard-X also took an Earthquake, and it was a relatively obvious Earthquake as well. And really, it was the Focus Sash that did it for my opponent. Like, if he didn't have Sash, I think Charizard-X would have been able to blow through, but the fact that he was able to get that Sash off and knock me out was really, really big. So, unfortunately, it's going to be a loss, I think, for the first game with this team. You know, I am still learning with this team as I go, though, so it's a learning lesson in general. I'm actually just going to go for the Safe Protect here, not going to risk a potential critical hit from Thunderous, so it's going to shield it from HP Ice, as I am going to fall 0-1. But, well played by my opponent there. You know, and I think that's a testament to using Charizard-X. Like, it can be really risky, and if you make one wrong move after setting up a Dragon Dance, you instantly lose it, and you just lose a lot of momentum right from the start. So, you know, it's a good lesson to learn, and let's see how we can recover as we go into the second game of today's episode. You know, it's all a learning lesson, as I keep on repeating, but when you test out a new team, obviously it's not going to go out too well, and the more important thing is learning from the losses and taking as much as you can from your wins as well. So, there were a lot of good lessons to gain from that, but the first one is, let's try to conserve Charizard-X a bit better, since it really just went down immediately there. I definitely want to Intimidate on this team, though. I think I'm going to replace Terrakion for Landorus T for the next episode, so rating does take quite the hit there, but, you know, I'm really fine with the rating falling below 1800. Like, I'm confident as we go out through the week, I'll be able to learn lessons and improve and get better with the team. You know, we've been hovering between, like, the 1750s and the 1850s for a while now, as we find a 1672 rated player from Japan, as, wow, this is a fun team. Charizard, Heatran, Cresselia, Rhyperior, Ludicolo, and Politoed, so lots of different weather here. Now the question is, what Mega Evolution do I bring? I think Venusaur is the better call here, unfortunately, even though I'd like to feature Charizard. Don't think it's a good one to bring here. Though, I mean, I could potentially make a case for Clefairy Charizard. Especially if he doesn't bring the Polyludi. Like, the team preview game here is real, because he probably thinks I'm weather-based with Charizard Venusaur. And because of that, he's probably not going... I mean, he could actually maybe bring the rain to stop that, though, so I'm not really sure. He's also got a lot of spread attacks, so I think Aegislash can be really good here. I'm actually tempted toward to leading with it. Let's see, the Heatran there is probably the scariest thing on my opponent's team, and that's why I'm leaning towards using Landorus T in the future, just because it gives me another way to Oko Heatran. So I'm gonna go with Aegislash. I don't know, I mean, I really like Venusaur more in this matchup. I think it's the way to go. But if I bring Charizard, Charizard beats my opponent's Charizard. He's probably got a Trick Room team here, definitely with the Cresselia, Rhyperior, Heatran on his team. Difficult matchup for sure. I would go for both, honestly. Like, Venusaur can do well even outside of its Mega Evolution here. It's kind of crazy, but I'm really considering it. Like, Aegislash. I'm gonna go Aegislash, and I don't know, Mega Venusaur makes so much sense as a lead here. Yeah, I just think the rain is too risky to deal with, so I'm gonna bring Venusaur over Charizard, unfortunately. For the last two, I'm gonna go with Terrakion and Thunderous. Yeah. So the Aegislash Venusaur lead gives me an answer to anything my opponent can bring against me. I mean, if he brings that Charizard, that's fine, because I've got Wide Guard, though I guess he can overheat me, which is kind of a problem, but I've got Terrakion on the back as well. You know, this team doesn't have speed control either, so dealing with other teams with speed control is kind of an issue. But we're going to see Heatran and Charizard come out from my opponent. Now I'm wishing I did bring the Charizard on my end, but let's see how we play our way out of this. As double fire type against the Aegislash Venusaur core, obviously not very great. Let's see. I mean, I could switch out here into Thunderous Terrakion. Man, I really walked into that one. I could go for the wide guard here. I mean, if you're my opponent, you're probably going to presume that I do have wide guard. Alright, I'll switch Aegislash out into Terrakion. The Fear Curious, he might Earth Power that slot. I mean, I don't want to deal with that, but I'm going to go for that, yeah. Switch out into Terrakion and go for the Leech Seed onto Heatran. And so Aegislash beats the remainder Pokemon on my opponent's team, which is why I'm going for this play, but this is really hard to play out of right from the beginning. I should have anticipated the Charizard Heatran lead. If I like Clefairy, Charizard, like I might have gone about this game incorrectly, just because I think the Sunbluff scared him from bringing the rain, and I kind of walked into this one. So yeah, I'm gonna reveal that I'm Mega Venusaur here. Now, interestingly enough, he might actually want to protect here. I actually should have protected with Venusaur to get the Sun Boost. That was not a good play. Yeah, he's gonna go for the Overheat. Who does he target though? Targeting down Terrakion. Okay, so I take that. Oh, that does so much damage though. Wow. Let's see. He goes for the double Overheat. Wow. Very aggressive play. This one targeting on Venusaur. I think I can take this one. Yeah, hang on with 25 HP. Nice. So Venusaur gets the Leech Seed off at least, but a very good play on my opponent that first turn to just get as much damage off as possible, and there was absolutely nothing I could have done there, really. The fact Heatran outsped Venusaur might mean it's also Scarfed, which is not very good. Let's see. So I'm going to go for the... I kind of want a Swords Dance here, but nah. I mean, what I have going for me right now is both of his Pokemon are at -2 special attack, but still. I'm wondering if he's going to switch out. Because he could just go for a double Overheat again here. You know what? I'm going to double Protect, get some recovery off with the Venusaur, see what he does. Yeah, he's not going to switch out. Okay, cool. So, just getting as much HP as possible right now. I'll take anything I can get. I would think he's going to double Overheat again. Yep, Overheat into Terrakion, Overheat into Venusaur. I don't think Terrakion can take another Overheat, though. Let's see, how much damage did it do the first turn? 167 down to 52, so that was 115. Yeah, I think he might actually be able to knock me out. That's not good. I might have to double switch here. Don't like that, but I think I have to. Oh man, Scarf Heatran is really killing me here. Was not anticipating that. Okay, I guess I'll switch into Thundurus, and I'll switch into Aegislash. Not the move I want to make, but I have to conserve my Pokemon a bit better. So I'm going to grab my Charger. And yeah, that Scarf completely threw me off guard, because I was anticipating Terrakion be able to outspeed it. Or maybe it's just really fast Heatran, really slow Charizard, but I don't think so. Yep, he's going to get another Overheat off, this one targeting down Thundurus, presumably. Yep. Yeah, that does so much damage, though, with the Sun Boost. That's incredible. He's going to go for a Heat Wave. Actually, Aegislash being able to avoid that, which is very, very helpful here. Maybe we can still try to climb out the hole we dug ourselves into. Now, Thunderbolt is quite obvious. He doesn't know I'm Scarf, but I think it would be a good decision for him to switch out that Charizard. I mean, if he has Rhyperior, that's why I really want to go for the Grass Knot prediction onto Charizard. I mean, I think I have to at this rate to try to come back into this one. I'm going to Shadow Ball Heatran. And if Charizard switches out into Rhyperior, I will be so hyped up. I mean, that was a really lucky avoid on Aegislash, but the thing is... Oh, he's going to switch out Heatran instead. Ah. Is that Rhyperior? That's Cresselia. Does Charizard switch out too? Is it Rhyperior coming in? Show me Rhyperior. I don't know that name. I think it might be Rhyperior. Oh my gosh. Does it knock it out? Woo! We live in. We still in this. And the Shadow Ball into Crest. Wow, that could not have played out better. Oh my goodness. He doesn't know I'm Scarfed either. How beautiful is that? Okay, Shadow Ball does a lot, doesn't knock it out, but wow, I will take that turn. Oh my goodness. And it's not leftovers, or not Citrus, or Lefty's Crest. Maybe it's Moonlight, Rocky Helmet, Calm Mind, which actually would be my guess for the set. Okay, we're still in this. That is definitely the prediction I needed to win this game. And fortunately enough, it pays off. Had he switched the other way around, I would have been kind of screwed. But, wow, I am... That's the thing, like, I'm a player that typically doesn't go for those plays, but when you're so far behind, you really need to get more aggressive, because otherwise you're just going to slowly lose that momentum, and it's just going to, the battle's going to go away. So, that was huge. That was really big. And Thunderous being Scarfed here is also important, because it means I can outspeed the, Heatran and just knock it out. But, you know, my opponent taking a while to switch in his Pokemon here, don't blame him. You know, it's a difficult decision to make. It's still not over yet by far, but I needed a big turn to get back into this one, and that was definitely it. I don't know, if you're my opponent, I think the better Pokemon to bring in is Charizard, but he doesn't know I'm Scarfed, so he's going to end up bringing Heatran, which, hey, by all means, I'm fine with. Let's see. So I kind of want to switch out Thunderous, because, you know, I'm locked into Grass Knot, obviously, right now. It's not good. Yeah, bringing Charizard-X would have been so much better this game. Now the thing here is, does he target down edges? Like, okay, because, I mean, he could Heat Wave. I don't know if he's carrying it, though. The safe play, right? The safe play is to switch out, sack whatever comes in, and get his free switch him back into Thunderous and just King Shield here. Quite honestly, yeah, that's the play I'm gonna go for. I mean, I think for my opponent now, he's got to make a big play to get back into it. So I would overheat Thunderous and potentially Moonlight with Cresselia, which I think he might have. But I'm not gonna play risky because I think Aegislash is important in having, and Venusaur's not good in this matchup whatsoever. So I'm just gonna let him knock it out. He's gonna go for the Helping Hand though, so thank goodness he does not have Moonlight, or at least he hasn't revealed it. And if he goes for the Heat Wave, that's going to be game, because I've got Wide Guard. And I would think he went for the Heat Wave here, so I really, really hope so. Oh, he goes for the Flash Cannon. Interesting. Okay. Sunlight Fades, which is even better for me there. I mean, he's Scarfed, right? Like, he's kind of got to be, otherwise... Well, with that knowledge, I mean, once Heatran goes down, I kind of win with Terrakion, so I'm just gonna Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball that slot. You know, if he switches out into Charizard, Charizard faints. If he stays in, Thunderbolt maybe can knock it out. Might be a damage roll. I don't know how bulky the Heatran is, but then, regardless, I knock out Heatran, then Terrakion wins the game through Rock Slide. I mean, it's still gonna be close because he can protect, and if he's got Moonlight with Cresselia, that's the one thing that can bring him back. And with the set like that, I would guess maybe Moonlight, Psychic type attack, and Ice Beam, and then Helping Hand. I mean, yeah, I did not think the Flash Cannon was coming out there. It makes sense, especially because, you know, I've got Terrakion in the back, but once again, like, I don't think he knows I'm Scarfed up into this point, because I was able to get the Grass Knot Shadow Ball off without much failure, and he switched both of his Pokemon out that turn. I'm just so happy I landed that Rhyperior switch in. Yeah, he's just gonna stay in with Heatran. He's not gonna go for the Helping Hand. Don't knock it out here, unfortunately, with the Thunderbolt. Flash Cannon will knock out Thunderous, though. No, I hang on with 11 HP. I'm also faster than Cresselia, so I'm gonna outspeed and get the Shadow Ball off. That's gonna knock out Heatran. If I actually targeted Cresser, I would have won. Just because the following turn I could just Thunderbolt Heatran, so... not as good of a play on my end there, and gives my opponent still a chance to come back into this. Crest, let's see what he goes for. He goes for the Trick Room! Oh! Okay. That is not good. All I had to do was Thunderbolt Crest and Shadow Ball Heatran, I think. Well, I messed up there. I messed up really badly. Oh, man. I am so angry at myself right now. So I'm guessing he doesn't have Moonlight, but that Trick Room completely spoiled my game plan, and I walked into it as well. I mean, well done by my opponent figuring out what he had to do, but I am so irritated at myself. I think I just lost this one. Wow. I cannot believe how badly I choked that. Oh, it's not over yet. Okay, let's think this through. So what do you do if you're my opponent here? I mean, I have to Thunderbolt here, obviously. Do I King Shield with Aegislash? Yeah, I do. I definitely King Shield here. I mean, I could go for the more aggressive play and Shadow Ball Charizard, but I'm not going to risk it here. For every good play you make, you also make a bad play, and there's the bad play that I made. He's going to go for the Psychic. Yeah, that's going to knock out Thundurus. Let's see, what does Charizard go for? I would guess a Overheat. Oh, he went for the Heat Wave. Well, I mean, that makes sense, yeah. So I'm going to bring in Terrakion. So now it's interesting, right? Because I can Shadow Ball and knock out Cresselia. Though I'm actually probably faster. I don't know how fast this Cress is. If there were like 2 turns of Trick Room gone, I'd feel good, but I can't believe I let him set up Trick Room. That was such a bad misplay. You guys were probably like shaking your fists when I made that play. I don't know why I made the play I did. Like, T-Bolt onto Cress and Shadow Balling was just such a better play. Like, I choked so hard there. It's one of those points where you like think you win the game and you don't think your turns thoroughly enough, and you get punished for it. I mean, I deserve to lose this one, honestly. Now let's see. Fire him, I would... I might have to count on Aegislash being slower. I guess I'll just Rock Slide and Shadow Ball here. Okay. Okay. I mean, he also could have gone for the Solar Beam onto Terrakion. Or if he goes for a Heat Wave, though... Actually, Heat Wave would make a lot of sense here. I think he's gonna win with the Heat Wave here. Yeah, does he miss? Does Terrakion hang on? Probably not. Let's see. Oh, knocks out Terrakion. Unfortunate. So we are gonna lose this one after me choking so hard. We're still learning with the team. I mean, it's good to know that I could have won that one, especially after how bad my lead matchup was, but I'm obviously a bit upset at myself for not thunderbolting Crest and Shadow Balling Heatran, but you know, every once in a while you have those games where you just make a terrible play and then you look over and you're like, I can't believe I just allowed that to happen. I think my opponent really just got me with a helping hand the previous turn. I don't know why, that just like completely tripped me up and I totally forgot Trick Room could have been a thing. But that's the thing, like I deserve to lose that one, so my opponent found a way to win, and he managed to play to his out, so well done. And that's a great way, you know, I love it when you combine like a Scarf user with a Trick Room team, because a lot of the times you completely forget that Trick Room is an option, and I did not cover my bases accordingly. All I had to do was Thunderbolt, Cresselia, and Shadow Ball Heatran, and I had the game 100% won. Instead, I let him get back into the match through allowing him to set up Trick Room, and in the end there, you know, once Trick Room went up, I realized, wow, I just lost this one. So, well done to my opponent there, you know. I'm sure you guys are a bit frustrated. I hate like making those kind of misplays because it's like, it's just like, I should have realized that. But if anything, like you get better from the mistakes you make and the misplays you make through your game. So yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Really feel bad about how I played just both games, honestly. But you know, that's the thing when we use a new team. So we'll see how we recover in tomorrow's episode. Probably going to switch up the Terrakion for maybe a Landorus T. Maybe change up the Thundurus as well. But you know, it's an interesting way to kick off this week's episode with a new team. But yeah. That's it for this episode, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I shall see you tomorrow. Alright, peace.